I'm recording now.
Okay. Welcome to our last meeting before Thanksgiving. And I guess, those of you who were on with Lori, there was discussion about the rise in COVID cases and situations. So let's keep that in mind. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance and then have a moment of reflection and prayer. Start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, a moment of reflection. Thank you. Today is the day we vote for our officers for 2021, and they're listed there. So without going into detail, Bob Loop, are you
here? Yes, I am here. This hasn't changed. We've been showing this for the past several weeks. The nominations from the nominating committee. I don't think that unless somebody has a question, we don't have to go through this at this point in time. I think we've got a good slate here, and I appreciate, again, the efforts of all the people that have served in the past and all the people that are interested in continuing to serve. So if there's no further questions, Joe, I think we can proceed.
Okay. Do you want to handle that, or I'll handle it, or how do we want to?
How do you want to vote?
Well, I think okay.
We can just
if you click on the screen with everybody, and there's a participants 53 at the bottom of the screen. If you click on that,
yeah, it
will bring up all the names of the participants, and it will give a option of yes or no at the bottom. And Steve, I think, how do we clear that?
Everybody just started voting right now, so that's
okay. Started voting. So if there's no objections to the nominations, vote yes.
Yes, objection. I'm Giuliani objecting.
We have 36 yeses, 37.
Unable to vote. There,
right.
There he goes.
Yeah.
People can vote no, right?
You can vote no. We don't have an abstention. If we
only yes votes count, right? Is that the way it works?
Giuliani is complaining.
We have about 14 abstentions right now. So
okay, we'll give it another couple of seconds. And
I voted twice. I voted twice.
We have 53 people on, but
39.
Not all are. So we need 50. We need 27.
We've
votes.
got that already, okay. Unless you want to recount.
the recount.
Is it
is that a manual recount? Please, somebody vote no.
Is it free, or do you have to pay for the recount?
I just did the recount. It stands as stated.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I have a basket full of votes that hasn't been counted.
I voted three times.
Well, 14 people have decided they don't want to vote.
I just found some extra envelopes.
Are they already pre-filled out?
No, you can fill it out.
Still in the mail.
I move we make it unanimous.
Okay. I guess either the people that did not vote are unsure of how to vote or can't. So we'll leave it at at this point, the majority has accepted the slate of officers as presented by the nominating committee, and we'll call the vote at this point. Thank you all.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Our guest speaker is on it. And Mark, if you wanted to vote, you can vote. You may not be registered to vote with us, but you can vote.
Yeah. Isn't that an illegal ballot?
Why should we be any different?
There you go. Misery likes company. There you go.
Who was that? Giuliani that just spoke? Was that Rudy Giuliani that just spoke?
Yes.
Okay. I want to thank everybody that was involved with the nominations. Bob Loop and his committee did an outstanding job, and it's never easy trying. It's almost like trying to herd cats. But Bob, and thank you and your committee for the excellent job that you've been doing the last couple of years, putting together slates of officers. And I want to thank you all for the confidence that you have in me to continue. Hopefully I can continue as president. And I think I have a great group of guys with me, and hopefully we'll get out of this and go on to bigger and better things and get our lives back to normal as an organization. But we're going to try, and I really want to try and get some more personal activities. However we're going to do that, we're limited in what we can do. But again, thank you so much for the confidence that you've shown by voting for.
Great job, Jerry. Great job.
Thank you, Bob. Today, Mark Albertson, who needs no introduction to our group, is going to be our guest speaker. And just so you're aware, Mark, yesterday we had our regional get together with the 6 or 7 clubs down in this area. And your name showed up on every list as a preferred speaker. So, and rightfully so. We're very glad to have you with us today.
Thank
with
you.
The new presentation.
Thank you.
Next slide, please. Okay. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving Day, and we generally don't have meetings on Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody smart celebrates, stay in, social distancing and minimizing the number of people and the time that you're in if you're with family. So please be careful. We want to see everybody back here on the 3rd, where Robert Whitby will be talking about 6 1/2 of the 7 summits. He's climbed, evidently there's 6 mountain peaks, 7 mountain peaks in the 7 continents, and he climbed 6 of them and almost made the 7th. And again, based on some of the groups that he's spoken to in the area, should be a very interesting self-account of what he's done. Then on December 10th, Steve Shaw. Now, Bob Luke, did we have him before? Or is this the first time he's speaking?
We had him before about 2 years ago.
Yeah,
okay. Carl. I'm sorry. Carl recommended him. So yeah, he's going to come back and talk about investing in bonds in the current economic situation. And then timely, I don't know if my phone rings about 3 times an hour with V numbers and scam numbers And the AARP team has put together a fraud watch network, and they are going to put on a presentation regarding email fraud, telephone fraud. So that should be interesting and timely. And they're coming up with all kinds of schemes. So be careful when you answer the phone. And as everybody says, if hang up. I stopped blowing the whistle in their ears because they just keep calling back. It's electronic, but at least it's a little revenge. But don't give any information, and don't engage them other than to tell them to stop calling, and that's it. But it's become a major, major situation in the country today, and people are falling for it. So, Ira, you got the minutes for last week.
I do. As you can see, our online attendance last week was 67, and I presume everybody has received the minutes. And if there are no additions or corrections, again, I'm going to ask our acting, soon to be not acting President Joe to have the minutes approved.
Okay, I have not heard anything back from anyone, so they're approved as presented. Thank you, Ira, again for a great job.
Thank you.
9:20 discussion groups. Obviously, next week is no meeting. On December 3rd, we have Joe D with current events. On December 10th, we have Bob Bucky on technology. And tentatively, we have Joe D on investments for the 17th. Lori Price has indicated that she's willing to do a December presentation. So we will update this, and I'd ask Joe if he'd be willing to give up his December 17th on investments so that Lori could speak if she's available. But I'll talk to Joe privately about that. So this is the tentative schedule for the 9:20 discussion groups. I think Lori was very interesting this morning, and it was very well attended. So here we are for 9:20s. Next slide. The one activity we can still do is walk. This was yesterday's walk at Waveney. The guy with the ski poles is Franco. Jerry was here, myself and my wife. Carl took the picture, and Lou was here, but he left before the picture was taken. Even though it was cool, there was great sunshine, and it's a great opportunity for people to just get together. I had a very interesting conversation with Jerry yesterday while we were walking, found out things about him and he about me, which neither of us knew before. So it's just great to be with other people outside of your direct household. So I'd encourage you to do it. Next week, the walk is going to be in Irwin Park in New Canaan on Weed Street. Irwin Park's an interesting facility. It was the home of John Irwin Sr., who was ambassador to France and was the son-in-law of Thomas Watson, the founder of IBM. So it's a very nice grounds, an easy walk, and I encourage people to come out if the weather is anything reasonable. So that's it for me. And next slide, I turn it over to Carl.
Where to park over there?
There's a parking lot right there. Okay. We'll meet in the parking lot.
Okay.
Okay. The No new members. The new membership count for 2020 stands at 8, and but we are having lots of luck with the dues. We've had 56 people pay their dues so far, and I have more here sitting on my desk ready to be opened. So we're doing very well on that account. I encourage everyone to continue to send their bills in, their payments in, as requested to the address shown on this slide. I guess are there any guests with us today besides our guest speaker?
Carl, on that, you have 100 and roughly 90 plus. Are those dues? Is that 190 dues paying
Yes.
members?
That's 193 regular members.
Regular members, not honorary life members.
Right.
Okay, thank you. So we got a long way to go. So guys, make it easy on Carl, please. It's a difficult task to try and get dues paid, and so
they're the numbers there, Joe. 47 life and 193 regular members.
Regular members, okay. So yeah, so please, at the end of the meeting, while it's still fresh in your head, get your checkbook out and send a check to Carl. Bill.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Does anyone have any news to report? We prefer good news. Any news will be appropriate at this time. Could I have the next slide, please, Carl? I want to call your attention to World AIDS Day. Every year we've had an interfaith service, a real cross-section of the clergy of Stanford. And this year, of course, it's going to be virtual. In fact, I'm wearing a blazer and a dress shirt only because I just came back from recording my very small part on the service. But it's always an interesting experience and a good way to remember those who were stricken by AIDS and are still affected by disease, which now that we've all become accustomed to what a pandemic is like, it was a pandemic in the 80s, and people are still suffering as a result. So Tuesday on December the 1st, 7 o'clock, and we'll be posting next week a reminder with the link, but you could get the link as it is on the bottom of the screen right now. Any other information people want to provide in terms of fellowship? I wish you all a safe and healthy Thanksgiving. We have a lot actually to be thankful for, despite all the bad news. Certainly the news about the vaccines.
Okay, can you hear me?
So Steve, can you carry on the next few minutes?
Okay. Dick Harper?
Oh, good morning, everybody. The list is up there. The Band of Brothers is very interesting. They really got caught in the Battle of the Bulge, and they're a pretty elite unit of paratroopers. But it's kind of fascinating. And Ambrose is particularly good at getting conversations, and I don't know how he recreates them, but it makes very interesting reading. Moves right along. Now in January, as you see, this is going to be a kind of a different pace. with Winston Churchill, the Splendid, and the Vile. I'm not sure who the Vile are yet. I guess it's everybody besides Churchill. And then in March, The Kingdom of Ice by Hampton Sides, and we've read other books by him, and he's very interesting. And this, of course, is going to get us in the middle of winter in the North Pole. So any other suggestions for future months after March? I'm open to them at the address that you see on the bottom of the screen. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, we have our reminder to make donations to the food bank of Lower Fairfield County. Just remember that is different from the Connecticut Food Bank. They service us down here in the Stamford area. I believe Stu Madison got the number up there. $740 has been donated to date by SMAS members. If you remember to mark your donation with SMAS. Does anyone have any further comments on the food bank? Okay, I guess we'll go to the next slide. Any items for discussion? No. Okay.
Steve, I would like to say something.
Yeah. Who's that?
Stu.
Okay.
I'll be involved, as you saw, I'll be involved in programs for next year. So if any of you guys have people you know or people that you know are good speakers with interesting topics, please send me a note, Stu Madison at optonline.net. Joe has speakers arranged through January. So myself and the committee will have to start providing speakers from February on. So please, if you know somebody, let me know. Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments that anyone wants to make at this time?
Yeah, Steve, it's Bob Loop.
Yeah, Bob.
It's probably too late to make this comment. I don't know, but all you guys that have homes with leaves that fall down all over the place, I'm sure you've been cleaning them up or having people clean them up. My neighborhood is, I think the city is out there kind of plowing the leaves together at this point. But we always put our leaves in the woods. We're capable of doing that. Not everybody's capable of that. I know there's been a lot of newspaper publicity about the fact that our budget is tough, and every other town, people bag their leaves. But if you have, I know a lot of people in my neighborhood could easily have these guys blow leaves into the woods, and they don't. And it just messes up the whole road and causes a lot of extra money to be spent by the city, which affects our taxes, I'm sure. So I just throw that out. It may be too late now to do anything about that, but for the future, maybe the city can do something different. I don't know. Thanks.
Okay. Joe, are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back. I was Tully sent a surgery following up, so I had to take it. I'm sorry.
So how you doing?
Doing good. My hand is bandaged, and but it went well. Hopefully, it'll continue. But a weird thing, recurrence of carpal tunnel. But yeah, all right, I guess we still have a few minutes. Are there any other items to discuss and bring up? Somebody wants to?
Joe, this is Bob Rosenthal. I want to make a comment about the Band of Brothers book that we're reading in the book group, which is that the film Band of Brothers, the TV series, which is excellent, is available on demand for HBO Max. Anybody who has HBO on Opt Online or another service is eligible to watch it on HBO Max. And the book and the film really complement each other. I recommend doing them together.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was the same, So, all right. We have time for a few jokes if anyone dares to. Anybody have anything?
Yeah, I've got a story.
Yeah, great, Alan.
Goes back a ways. If anybody remembers Golda Meir, the Prime Minister of Israel, and she was having a meeting with the Pope. This is all true. And when she was meeting up with the cardinals before going in to see the Pope, she said, "Who would have ever thought that this American girl, the daughter of a carpenter, would get to meet with the Pope?" And the cardinal says, "I'd be careful how you say that because carpenters are held in pretty high esteem around here."
Good one, Alan. Anyone else? Okay, since we don't have any items for discussion and we don't have any more jokes, Mark,